varane shariram stapayati iti raktashodakatvat. Next, we'll move to the botanical name of manjishta. Botanical name is Rubia cardifolia. So the word rubia is derived from the Latin word ruber, which means red. The name itself, it indicates red color, rubia. The word rubia is derived from the ruber, Latin word, which means red color. Okay, cardifolia. So which is having heart-shaped leaves. Cardifolia. Folia means leaves, which is having heart-shaped or cardiac-shaped. Okay, rubia cardifolia. So in those days itself, since from Nigantu period, so this the drug, that is the manjishta, even since from the Samhita period also, they are using this drug for as a dyeing agent. So they used to give the color to the cloths, especially red color, which gives red color to the cloths. So it, since from that period they are using, that is Vastra Ranjini. Okay. So next we'll move to the family, Rubiaceae family. That is Manjishtacula, Rubiaceae family, Manjishtacula. So regarding this Rubiaceae family, around about 450 genera and 13,000 species are present throughout the world. Throughout the world, 450 genera and 13,000 species are distributed throughout the world. So among them, around about 65 the Rubiaceae genus, Rubia genus, around about 65 genus are there. So among them, this Rubia cardifolia is one. So this Rubia cardifolia, which is belongs to the Rubiaceae family. Usually the Rubiaceae family members, it includes trees, shrubs, herbs, or the climbers. So all type of the plants are they used to come under Rubiaceae family members. So usually, so the Rubiaceae family members, the specific or the characteristic feature of Rubiaceae family, this is interstipular. There are intra and interstipular. The stipules will be present. If you observe that actually this is that interstipular stipules are absent in case of Rubiaceae family. So you can observe the family members, like in case of Madanaphala, or in case of Kadamba, in case of Nadi Hingu, Gandha Prasarini, Haridru. So there you will get, that is intrastipular, the stipules, stipules will be present. That is opposite to the leaves. So that is a very specific character to identify this plant. Okay. And next we'll move to the vernacular names. In Hindi it is called Manjeet. Hindi Manjeet. In English it is called Indian Madar. Kannadalli Manjushta or Chitraballi. So next we'll move to the Ganas. According to Charaka, it is mentioned under Varanya Mahakashaya, Vishagna Mahakashaya, and Jvarahara Mahakashaya. So there are three Mahakashayas, Acharya Charaka. It is mentioned Varanya, Vishagna, Jvarahara. Sushruta mentioned it under Priyangvadi. But even the Valli Panchamula, he used to consider that is Vidari Sariva Rajani Guducho Ajashrungihi. Vidari Sariva Rajani Guducho Ajashrungihi. So Rajani, there it is considered it is a synonym for Manjishta. Okay. So Priyangvadadi and Valli Panchamula can say. So already we have discussed Varane Mahakashaya. That is Varnaya Hitam Varnyam. Varnaya Hitam Varnyam. The drugs one which enhances and also gives the normal color, where the some of the conditions like Twak Vikaras, like the Kushta conditions, where there will be Twak Vikruti is going to be takes place. So in such type of conditions, where the normal color, so it may lead to red color or black color or white color, the color of the skin. Varanya Mahakashaya, Vishagna Mahakashaya, and Jvarahara Mahakashaya. So there are three Mahakashayas, Acharya Charaka. It is mentioned Varanya, Vishagna, Jvarahara. Sushruta mentioned it under Priyangvadi. But even the Valli Panchamula, he used to consider that is Vidari Sariva Rajani Guducho Ajashrungihi. Vidari Sariva Rajani, Buducho, Ajashrungihi. So Rajani, there it is considered, it is a synonym for Manjishta. Okay. So Priyang Badadi and Valli Panchamula can say. So already we have discussed Varne Mahakashaya. That is Varnaya Hitam Varnyam. Varnaya Hitam Varnyam. The drugs one which enhances and also gives the normal color. Where the some of the conditions like Twak Vikaras, like the Kushta conditions, where there will be Twak Vikruti is going to be takes place. So in such type of conditions, where the normal color, so it may lead to red color or black color or white color, the color of the skin is going to change in such type of condition, especially in case of like Shvitra, where the color of the skin is going to be white in color. So to overcome that conditions, these drugs like Varna Dravyas are helpful. So for the normal color of the skin, which is responsible, the dosha is Brajaka Pitta. It is a type of Pitta, Brajaka Pitta, which is situated in Avabhashini Tvacha, which is situated in Avabhashini Tvacha. So the any Vikruti in Pitta dosha, it may be Ruddhi or Kshaya of the Pitta dosha, and any Vikruti of the Rakta dosha, Ruddhi or Kshaya of the Rakta Dhatu and Pitta dosha and Tvacha. So it leads to the Vikruti of the Tvacha. Vikruti of the Tvacha. It may be a Rakta Varna, it may be a Shveta Varna, or it may be a Krishna Varna. So to give the normal color, so one has to use the Pitta Shamaka, Rakta Shodhaka, and Tvacha Dravyas. So all these qualities are present in Varna Mahakashayas. The Varna Dravyas, it contains all these qualities. By it will maintain the equilibrium state of the doshas, the Varna Dravyas, like the drugs like Chandana, Tunga, Padmaka, Ushira, Maduka, Manjishta, Sariva, Payashya, Shiva, Sita Lata. So Sita Lata, that we have discussed while describing about types of Durva. Okay, Sita Lata are the two types of Durva. So Chandana, Tunga, Padmaka, Ushira, Maduka, Manjishta, Sariva, Payashya, Sita Lata. So these are the 10 drugs which are having, which enhances the complexion and also gives normal color to the Tvacha. Okay, so Chandana, that is Santalum album, and Tunga is a synonym of this Punnaga, Calophyllum, Menophyllum. Chandana, Tunga, Padmaka, that is Prunus sinusoidis, Ushira, that is Vetiveria jejunioides, Maduka, Glycyrrhiza glabra, Manjishta, Rubia cardifolia, Sariva, Hemidesmus indicus, Payashya, that is Ipomia digitata, and Sitalata, that is Synodona dactylona species. So these are the 10 drugs which are useful in giving the normal color and also enhancing the skin complexion. Okay, that is Varna Mahakashaya. And Vishagna Mahakashaya, that is Vishamhanti Vishagnam, the drugs one which does Visha Shamana Karma. It may be like the Gara Visha or the insects or the like some snake bite conditions or like the scorpion bite conditions. So there are like Sirisha Vishagnanam Sreshtam. Among the Vishagna Dravyas, Sirisha is Sreshta drug we used to consider. There are the drugs like even the Haridra we used to consider. Haridra, Daru Haridra, Manjishta, Yela, Sukshma Yela. Even there is some even some the villages, the rural areas. So if you are visiting any unknown person, the homes, you are taking any foods, so immediately they used to take like, you can take like a Ela. So Ela is having a Vishagna karma. Okay, so Haridra, Daru Haridra, Manjishta, Ela, Falindi, Chandana, Kataka, Sirisha, Shinduvara, Shleshmataka. So these are the drugs which are having Vishagna karma. Okay, then Jwarahara Mahakashaya. So Jarahara Mahakashaya will discuss in another the drug. Okay. So Varnya and Vishagna. Next we'll move to the synonyms. So already we have discussed about the synonyms in detail. So we'll see most of the synonyms are based on its spreading nature. As the plant of Mangishta, which spreads, it is a perennial, a prostrate or a climbing herb, which spreads around about a 12 meter distance. So because of its spreading nature, most of the synonyms are the given. I think you can recollect the synonyms of the Bhaprakash to Shloka. There is Manjishta, Vikasa, Jingi, Samanga, Kalameshika, Mandhuka Parani, Bhandiri Bandi, Yojana Vallapi, Rasayan Yaruna, Kala Raktangi, Raktayastika. So these are the synonyms. There are 3 lines which explains about the synonyms of the Manjishta. That is Vikasa, Vikasati, Prasarati. Prasara means Prasarana Sila, one which spreads. It is a prostrate, that's which moves along the ground level. Along the ground, they used to spread. Vikasati, that is Prasarana Sila. Vikasa, Vikasa means one which moves along the ground level. Vikasati, Prasarati, one which moves along the ground level. That is it is a prostrate herb. If it moves along the ground level, you can say a prostrate herb. Otherwise, which climbs, then you can say like climbing herb. Okay. Yojana Valli. So Yojana means we used to measure the land, like 10 Yojana, 12 Yojana, like that we used in olden days, they used to measure the lands. So Yojanam Yavat Prasruta Valyashyaha means it is a very long spreading the plant. That is long spreading. That is I mentioned down, which spreads around about 12 meter, which spreads for the distance of 12 meter. So that much a long spreading plant. Yojana Valli, the Swarupa, which you can say Valli. Swarupa is Valli, Yojana Valli, which is a long spreading, the creeper. And Bandi, that is Bandati Prasarati. Once again, the synonym is also based on spreading nature. It is a prostrate herb which spreads on the ground level. Bandati Prasarati. Jingi, Jingati, Gachati, Prasarati iti. So this is also based on spreading nature. So Vikasa, Yojanavalli, Bandi, Jingi, Samanga. So all these names they have given based on spreading nature. Based on spreading nature, all these synonyms they have given. Okay. So Jingati, Gachati, Prasarati iti, or Samanto, Anghati, Prasarati. So one which spreads for a long distance. Okay, one which spreads for long distance. That is called as Samangha. Next, based on the leaves, Chitraparni. As you all know, the plant at every node, there are minimum 4 leaves will be present. That is, the arrangement of leaf is whorl. So in Indian medicinal plants, there he used to give around about 4 to 6 leaves will be present in one node. In one node, 4 to 6 leaves. But in our garden, we're having this Manjishta, which is having 4 leaves in one whorl. So most of the times we used to observe, so this leaf, that is, one whorl, there will be 4 leaves will be present. Okay, but it is mentioned that it may be 4 to 6 leaves will be present at one node. That is Chitraparni. Chitrani Chakrakara. Chakrakare Stitani Parnanyashaha. Parnanyashaha. So at every node, there will be 4 to 6 leaves they have arranged in a circular manner. Chakrakara. That is whorled arrangement of the leaves. So based on the leaves, Chitraparni. Chitrani Chakrakare Stitani Parnanyashaha. At every node, the leaves are arranged in a circular manner. That is based on the leaf. Next, based on the root. So here most of the synonyms are based on the roots, depending upon whether the fresh root, whether half-dried root or completely dried roots. So based on the avastha of the root, fresh root, half-dried and completely dried, there are different synonyms they used to use. Okay, so one of them is Kalameshika. So Kalam Mishati Spardhate Shushke Sati Moolam. Say it is very important here. Shushke Moolam. Shushke Sati Moolam. Krishna Varnam bhavati. When the roots are completely dried, at that time it becomes Krishna Varna. The roots are becomes Krishna Varna. Shushkeshati Moolam Krishna Varnam bhavati. The completely dried roots are black colored. Okay, Kala Meshika. Then another synonym based on the root itself, that is Kala, Krishna Varna, Shushka Moolani Sati. When the roots are completely dried, it becomes black colored. So, okay, the completely dried roots are which are having black color. So, based on that two synonyms, Kala Meshika, Kala. And another synonym, that is Tambra Moola. This is when the roots are not completely dried. That is, you can observe Ardhe Shushke. Ardhe Shushke is not completely dried or not completely fresh. That is half dried. Tambravarnam Moolamashyaha Ardhe Shushkeshati Moolam. Tambravarnam Bhavati. The half dried, the roots are coppery red in color. The half dried roots are coppery red in color. Okay, that is Tambravarnam Moolamashyaha Ardhe Shushkeshati Moolam. Tambravarnam Bhavati. And Raktangi, this is the fresh root, which is having red color. Raktam Angam Kandam Moolam Chashyam. Even the Kanda and Moola, the especially fresh root, which is having red in color. I will show one picture about Raktangi. Yes, in this slide you can observe the fresh plant which is having red color. So I will show another picture. Yes, in this picture also you can observe the roots of the fresh roots are which are having red colored roots will be present. Yes, so this is called Raktangi, Raktavarna. The fresh roots of this Manjishta which are having red colored. Okay. Okay, Raktangi. Next, we'll move to, this is, since from the Nigantu period, even the Samhita period also we're getting that, this, the Manjishta they are using for dyeing agent, that is Vastra Ranjini. So here, while preparing the cloths, they are using as a dyeing agent, this, the Manjishta, which contains the purpurine, which is the coloring matter, which is present in the roots, even in the stem also contains the purpurine. Okay, so these are the samples of the cloths. So the madar, the different types of the cloths, they used to say wool, silk, cotton. They used to use this the roots of Manjishta cloth. They used to make the water. So you can, the different the medias they also mentioned with the different medias they used to give the coloring agent. It's a dyeing agent they are using. Okay. So next, another synonyms, Aruna, that is Raktapa Kanda. So the stem is also having red color, especially the dried stems. Raktayashtika, Raktam Kandam Ashyaha, the dried stems are having red color. Okay. Vastra Ranjini, Vastram Ranjayati iti, Vastra Ranjane Prayukta ityartaha. So this plant they are used for as a dyeing agent, which gives color to the cloths. Vastra Ranjini. Rasayani, that is Rasadinam Dhatunam Apyayani Dosha Rutatvat. By specifying the vitiated doshas which will nourish the Rasadi Dhatus, by that it is going to act like a Rasayana. And based on the karma, so the Rasayani and the Gandhari, these are the two synonyms based on the karma. So Gandhari, Ari means Shatru for the Ganda, means like the Galaganda, Gandamala, where there will be a lymph node enlargement will be there. In such type of conditions, you can use the drugs like Manjishtas. Okay, Gandhari. Gandhat, Grantini, Grantinariyati, Gantu Prerayati iti, Granti Vinashaka ityartaha, Granti Vinashaka. If there is any the unwanted growths, unwanted enlargement of the nodes, like lymph nodes, so such type of the conditions which will overcome. Gandhari, Ari means Shatru for like Galaganda, Gandamala conditions. Okay, so based on the karma, there are two synonyms, Rasayani, Gandhari. and they based on the utility. Apart from its medicinal values, Vastraranjini, it is used for as a dyeing agent. So based on the stem, this is the color Raktayashtika, Aruna, Raktava. Okay, so these are some of the synonyms of Manjishta. So next we'll move to the Swarupa. I think you have seen, all of you have seen this plant in our garden. Okay, so as this plant is one of the endangered species, the Manjishta is one of the endangered species. They have mentioned it under that is red listed plants. So in as the utility is increased, the cultivation is very rarely it is cultivating. It is naturally available in hilly areas. The cultivation is only in some parts. That is in Darjeeling they are cultivating. It is not common. It is not cultivating. So that's why it is considered one among the endangered species. Okay. So this is the Swarupa of this plant. So initially it is somewhat erect, but when the growth will be increased, at that time the stem will be weak. The stem will be weak. So that's why which moves along the ground level, or if there is any supporting parts is there, so with the help of that they used to climb. Okay. And also you can observe the arrangement of leaf. There are 4 leaves are arranged in one whorl. Say here in this picture, it is a prostrate herb. It is a prostrate which moves along the ground level. Because the stem is weak, so it is unable to grow erect. So as the stem is weak, so which moves along the ground level. That is approximately around about 12 meter. If naturally, especially in the hilly areas, they used to spread, that is Yojanavalli, which spreads along the ground for 12 meter. That much is spreading plant. So in this picture, you can observe about the inflorescence is also there. In this picture, you can observe about the stem here. So somewhat the prickles are there. The stem is quadrangular stem, and at every angle, the margins of the stem, it having a small prickles. So because with the help of these prickles are helpful in climbing purpose also. And also you can observe, so this is the node, there are 4 leaves. So this is one leaf, this is another leaf, and this is the third one, this is the fourth one. Here you can observe this is the petiole. The petioles are triangular. So at the base here, what you are observing, this is the base. In another, so this is another, the angle. There are actually 3 angles are there. So at every angles, the small prickles will be present. So it is very difficult to touch. Okay. If you observe keenly, the margins of the lamina is also somewhat the prickly margins. The leaves are very rough because of the presence of the small minute hairs will be present. So in this picture also you can clearly observe about these small prickles. Okay, so this is the node. You can observe somewhat pink color. The node will be present. So this is the stipules, the axillary region. It may convert into another branch, or it may convert into the inflorescence, axillary inflorescence. They used to develop from the axillary region. Okay, this is another picture. You can clearly observe the stem will be quadrangular. Stem will be quadrangular, and see the node. The node is somewhat the pink color. Node will be there. Okay, this is the leaf. So this is another picture. You can observe the leaf. The surface of the leaf is very rough because of the presence of the small minute hairs will be present. So if you touch the plant, you can feel that the texture, it will be very rough. And you can observe this is the sharply acuminate apex. Apex will be sharply acuminate. And spiny margins will be present. Okay, so in this picture also you can clearly observe about the quadrangular stem, and also see the long petiole. Usually the 2 petioles are very bigger in size and 2 petioles are smaller. the length of the petiole is larger than the lamina, larger than the lamina. That much of long petiole will be present. Okay, the shape of the lamina, you can sometimes observe cardifolia, that is cardiac shaped, and sometimes like the ovate shaped, like egg shaped. So egg shaped and ovate shaped of the lamina you can observe. So here this is the stem, that is completely dried stem. You can observe here the node will be present. So this is a cylindrical in shape. When it is completely dried, at the angles of the stem, there will be parenchyma cells will be present. So those parenchyma cells, they used to die. So because of the death of those cells, when it is fresh, it is quadrangular and it turns to cylindrical shape because of the death of the cells which are present in the angles, those parenchyma cells. So because of that, it turns to cylindrical in shape. Okay, so this is the completely dried the stem part. So you can take down the Swarupa of Manjishta. Okay, so it is a perennial. Perennial means Bahuvarshayu. It completes its life cycle more than 2 years. That is from seed to seed. So more than 3 years the plant will be present. So perennial, Bahuvarshayu. So climbing or prostrate. So because of the weak stem, they used to climb to the supporting plant, or if there is no supporting plant, they used to move along the ground level. So Bahuvarshayu, Prasarani Kshupa, or Gulmavat Lata. According to Ayurveda, if you want to say Gulmavat, that is from Ekamula Sanghata Jata Sharayikshu Prabhutayaha. That is from the single root, many branches they used to grown from the ground level itself. Okay, that is a climbing, Gulmavat Lata, because the stem will be weak. So that's why we used to consider under the latas. Okay, so it is a perennial, a climbing or prostrate herb. That is a Bahuvarshayu, Prasarini, Kshupa, or Gulmavat Lata. When it climbs, at that time you can say Gulmavat Lata. When it spreads on the ground, at that time you can say Prasarini, Kshupa. Okay, so it is a perennial, climbing or prostrate herb. So roots are very long. I will show in the pictures. Roots are very long and they're cylindrical in shape with a thin red bark. Okay. About the stem. Okay. Stem often many yards long. That is around about 12 meter. 12 meter. They used to spread. Often many yards. That is 12 yojana. That is yojana. 12 meter they used to spread. And the stems are rough, as the presence of these small prickles, because of these small spines over the stem. So because of that, the stems are rough and grooved. As it is quadrangular, in the middle there will be a grooves will be present and becoming slightly woody at the base. At the base it is woody, hard and quadrangular. It is having 4 angles. It's quadrangular, especially when the plant is fresh. At that time it is quadrangular. Okay, and sometimes prickly, but most of the plants what we are observing in our Karnataka, or especially in the hilly areas of the Karnataka, they are prickly. There is small prickles. The spines will be present. So this is about the leaf. So you can observe type of leaf is simple. Type of leaf is simple. Arrangement is whorl, as you observed. Okay, and shape of the leaf is cordate. Here it is cordate. Sometimes it may be ovate, and the apex may be acute or acuminate. Apex may be acute or acuminate. Here in this case you can observe. So the previous one is cordate. The base, the leaf of the shape of the lamina is cordate. In this picture you can observe the shape of the lamina is ovate. It is broadest just below the 1/3 part will be broader, and the 2/3 part will be gradually tapering. So this is somewhat ovate, shape of ovate, like egg shaped. Okay, so you may get ovate or cordate shaped, and so you can observe the minute hairs, and even the prickles are present on the margins of the lamina. So in this, the petiole you can also observe there will be prickles. Okay, with acuminate apex. So in this picture you can observe there are 4 leaves are arranged. So here this is one node, there will be a 4 leaves are arranged. This is another node, there will be a 4 leaves are. Arrangement is whorl. It may be a 4 to 6 leaves are present at one node. The arrangement of leaf is whorl. Okay, so this is, you can observe chordate base. Even the base is also chordate. Shape is also chordate. In this picture you can observe arrangement whorl. Arrangement is whorl. That is more than 2 leaves, like 3, 4, 5, 6. Even they used to mention about 4 to 6 leaves will be present at one node. Okay, so type of leaf is simple. Arrangement is whorl. Okay, 4 leaves in one whorl. 2 often larger and 2 with a longer petioles. 2 often larger and with a longer petiole. The 2 leaves will be bigger in size and 2 leaves will be smaller, even in the petiole as well as the lamina. Okay, next about the shape of the leaf is chordate. Chordate or ovate. Both the shapes are present depending upon the geographical variation. So we'll get chordate lamina or ovate lamina. So apex is acute or even sometimes shortly acuminate. So both you can present, both types of apex will be present, acute or shortly acuminate. Size of the lamina 4 to 9 centimeter, 4 to 9 centimeter length and 2 to 4 centimeter width. Size of the lamina is 4 to 9 centimeter and width will be 2 to 4 centimeter, and the length of the petiole is 3 to 6 centimeter long, 3 to 6 centimeter long and triangular. So usually most of the plants, the petiole will be cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical petiole will be present. But in case of the Manjista, this is triangular. It's having triangles, triangular, with a many recurved sharp prickles. But we have not seen the recurved. Sharp prickles will be present. In our garden, what we have observed, there will be sharp prickles are present on the angles of the petiole, even the margins of the stem, even the lamina. So the sharp prickles will be present on the edges. So this you can observe about the inflorescence. In this picture you can observe about the inflorescence. Along with that you can observe a small prickles or a hard hair-like structures. Hairy structures are present on the edges and the margins. Okay. So depending upon the geographical variations, there may be a somewhat pale yellowish or pale the purple or sometimes greenish yellow colored the flowers will be present. Okay, so I will show another pictures. So this is a trichomatous manner they used to say. So this is the stem. So this is the main peduncle. From this main peduncle there is another branch. Over that 2 to 3 flowers they used to develop. Trichomatous. That is, it is a panicle cyme inflorescence. The type of inflorescence in case of Manjista is panicle cyme inflorescence will be present. I will show another pictures. So this is, you can observe in this picture clearly. So the inflorescence from the axillary region, from the axilla. Here also you can observe. Here also you can observe. So from all the sides, the flowers they used to develop. There is a panicle inflorescence. In this picture you can observe. So this is the main peduncle. Over that the branches. Over that the flowers they used to develop. That is 2 to 3 flowers or 5 flowers. So in the last class we have discussed about 1, 3, 5 flower. Like in case of trichomatous manner they used to develop. Okay, so this is another picture you can observe about the inflorescence. So it is somewhat pale yellowish colored flowers. So this is the unripened fruits and this is the ripened fruit. So this is the ripened fruit. This is actually after completely ripened it becomes somewhat black colored. Black colored fruit will be present. Okay. So this is about root. See, from root, that is ekamula sanghata jata. From the single root, many branches they used to develop from the ground level itself. Okay, that is. So this is another picture you can observe about the roots, the fresh roots of Manjishta. This is red colored, roots will be present. The roots are cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical in shape, and the fresh roots are red colored. Red colored. So this is another picture of the roots, fresh roots. Okay, so this is also the fresh roots of Manjishta. So this is the dried roots of Manjishta. Dry roots of Manjishta. So these are all the roots of Manjishta. So you can differentiate whether the stem or the roots depending upon the presence of the nodes and internodes. You can differentiate. So what we are getting in the market is they used to cut into small pieces and they used to sold in the market. Okay, whether it may be a root or it may be a stem, because when it is fresh you can identify with the stems are quadrangular, but when it is completely dry it becomes cylindrical in shape. Okay, so at that time, depending upon the presence of the nodes, external by Chakshurendriya you can identify through the presence of the nodes and internodes. So you can take down about the inflorescence. The inflorescence are terminal, even the axillary. We have observed in the pictures. So axillary, terminal, panicle, cyme inflorescence. Axillary, terminal, panicle, cyme inflorescence with trichomatous branches. With the trichomatous branches, I have shown in the picture with the trichomatous branches. Okay, so flowers are small, pentamerous. There are 5. The petals will be 5 in number. Okay, small, pentamerous, dark red or purple or sometimes yellowish colored. So you have observed the color of the flowers. Okay, about the fruit, type of fruit is berry, small berry shaped, that is berry type of fruit is there, and globose, somewhat round and 4 to 6 millimeter in diameter, smooth, shining, purplish black when completely ripen. After completely ripen it becomes purplish black in color. Okay, and the useful part of the drug is root and the stem. Actually in the classical textbook it is mentioned that Prayojya Anga or the official part is the root, but in the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, there he used to describe not only the roots, even the stem parts also contains this purpurine, mangistin, pseudopurpurine, xanthopurpurine, rubitric acid, such type of active principles, whatever the active principles which are present in the root, so those active principles are also present in the stem also. So that's why both stem as well as the root can be used for the medicinal purpose. Okay, so root is hard, woody and cylindrical in shape. Size is 1 centimeter in diameter and color is rusty brown. Next, Utpatti Sthana. Utpatti Sthana, that is throughout India, especially specifically in hilly areas, in hilly portions of India. It is not commonly, it is not cultivating. Only in some the areas, that is like Darjeeling, that is a suitable climate, there it is they are cultivating. But naturally it is available or widely available in hilly areas only. In hilly areas, this plant is the Manjishta plant is available in hilly areas. And in the Himalayas up to 8,000 feet height. In Himalaya up to 8,000 feet height. So in that particular area, the plant will be available. Okay. Next, we'll move to the chemical composition. The phytoconstituents of Manjishta. Not only the root, even the stem also contains mangistin, the main active principle, mangistin. So purpurine. So because of this, the purpurine, the coloring matter, we are using a dyeing agent, that coloring is responsible because of the presence of this purpurine. Okay, so purpurine is the responsible active principle which is for the dyeing agent. So mangistin, purpurine, xanthopurpurine, pseudoperpurine, rubifolic acid, rubertric acid. So these are the some of the important active principles of Manjishta. So these active principles are present in root as well as in the stem also it is present. Okay. So next we'll move to the some of the chemical structures we can observe, like the important active principles like purpurine. So this is the chemical structure of purpurine. So xanthopurpurine, we can observe here the xanthopurpurine and pseudopurpurine. So these are the three chemical the structures of the Manjishta. So this is also another chemical structures of Manjishta. So as you all know the properties of Manjishta, that is Manjishta Madura Tikta Kashaya Swara Varnakrut Guru Rushna Vishashleshma Shota Yoni Akshakarnaruk Raktatisara Kustasra Visarpa Runamehanut in Bhaprakash Nigantu. So I think all of you have bited, please recollect the shlokas, Manjishta, the synonyms as well as the properties. Manjishta Madura Tikta Kashaya Swara Varnakrut Guru Rushna Vishashleshma Shota Yoni Akshakarnaruk Raktatisara Kushtashra Visarparuna Mehanut. Okay, so Manjishta is having the rasas like Madura Tikta Kashaya rasas, Madura Tikta Kashaya rasa, and it is useful in case of Swara Varna Krut, which gives the norms. It is having the actions like Swarya, Varnya, okay, and the gunas like Guru Guna, Ushna Virya, Guru Rushna. So Guru Guna, Ushna Virya, Visha, Shleshma, Shota, Yoni, Aksha, Karnaruk. So the diseases like Vishar Vikaras, Shleshma Vikara, Shota Vikara, Yoni Vikara, Akshi Rogas, or Karna Rogas, in such type of conditions it is useful. Along with Raktatisara, not the Atisara, specifically Raktatisara, Kushta, Ashra, that is Rakta, Visarpa, Runa, Meha, that is Prameha conditions. So in such type of condition, it is useful. This is according to Bhaprakash Nigantu. So I think all of you have bited this shloka. Okay. So according to Raja Nigantu, it is of 4 types, depending upon from which places we are collecting the drug, depending upon the area, the marketing areas. It is Chola, Yojani, Kraunchi, Simhali. Chola, Yojani, Kraunchi, Simhali. According to Rajanigantu, it is of 4 types. From where you are going to collect, from which places, which areas. So depending upon that, they used to say that is the areas, Chola, like Chola Raja, like in that particular the areas, it is grown and marketed. So from the collecting areas, they used to give the 4 names. Okay, Chola, Yojani, Kraunchi, Simhali. And depending upon that is Rasa Panchaka. That is Kashaya Tikta Madura Rasa. As you all know, the Tatradya Marutam Granti, Trayastikta Kafam, Kashaya Tikta Maduraha Pittam Manyetu Purvanti. That is Kashaya Tikta and Madura Rasas are best Pitta Shamak Rasas. Kashaya Tikta Maduraha Pittam Manyetu Purvanti. So Kashaya Tikta Madura Rasas are does Pitta Shamana Karmas. Okay, and Guru Ruksha Guna, Katubipaka, Ushnavirya. Okay, so even the so Manjishtadi Kwata, like Manjishtadi Gruta. So because of these, the preparations which are helpful in doing the Runaropana karmas. So there are so many research activities which are carried out on even the wound healing properties. Okay, so relieves skin problems, as it is it does pitta shamana karma, rakta shodhana karma. So especially like Tvak Vikaras, it is useful. Removes the gallbladder stones. Most of the Ashmaris. So they used to say all types of Ashmaris. So whatever it may be the Ashmaris. So wherever the Ashmari is going to be produced, in all types of Ashmaris. So if you use this Manjishta, so will crush the, will blast the Ashmaris and will overcome the conditions. Okay. So destroys the tumors. That is Gandhari. As the synonym itself, it indicates it is the Shatru for the enlargement of the nodes. Okay, that is, it destroys the tumors. Like there are so many research activities which are carried out on like the anti-tumor activities. Okay, and detoxifies the bodies. That is Vishagna Karmas. Okay, heals the diabetic ulcers. That is Pramehagna Karma. Even Acharya Shushruta mentioned specifically in case of Pittaja Prameha. That is like Manjishta Meha. There's a name itself is there. Manjishta Meha is there. In such type of conditions, Manjishta is given. Relieves the menstrual pain. There are during the menstrual cycle there will be so many different types of pain will be present. So that type of the pain will be overcome by using this drug. Okay, so treats the calcium deficiency also. So this is according to modern. So according to the Ayurveda, it is having Kushtagna and Varanya. So which is indicated in case of Kushta and Vaivaranya. Is having Rakta Shodhaka Karma. So indicated in case of like Tvak Vikara, Visarpa conditions, or Rakta Pradoshita Vikaras. As it does Rakta Shodhaka Karma. So any type of Rakta Pradoshita Vikara is there. So in such type of conditions, you can use this drug. Okay. It is also having Vishagna Karma. So indicated in case of Visha Vikaras. It is having Swarya. That is indicated in case of Swara Vikruti or Swara Bheda. And also it is having Chakshushya. That is Netya. So indicated in case of Chakshugata Vikaras. It is having Prameha Hara Karma, that is indicated in case of specifically Pittaja Prameha, that is Manjishta Meha, and is having Ruda Hara Karma, that is Ruda Ropana Karma. So indicated in case of the Rudas, like the diabetic wounds also, it is useful. Yoni Roga Hara Karma, so indicated in case of Yoni Roga, and also it is having Arshogna, specifically in case of Raktarsha conditions, it is indicated. And also it is having Jvaragna Karma. So in case of the Prameha, like the Manjishta Meha, Vata prepared from Manjishta and Chandana. So you can prepare the Vata from Manjishta and Chandana. It is very useful in case of Manjishta Meha. It is a type of Pittaja Prameha. Acharya Shushruta mentioned in case of Pittaja Prameha, just you can give where the urine, the Mutra will be like the Manjishta Varna, like that Rakta Varna. They used to pass the Mutra like Rakta Varna. That is called Manjishta Meha. So in such type of conditions, we can use the Manjishta plus Chandana Kvata, where there will be the burning sensation will be, burning sensation is also there. So to overcome that, the burning sensation, so Chandana is going to helpful, and to overcome the Manjishta Meha, that Manjishta is helpful. Okay. So in case of Vyangha, that is the Manjishta root or Manjishta Mula is to be saturated with the Madhu. See, specifically they used to say you can use the Madhu. Manjishta Mula is saturated with the Madhu. You can get the Lepa. That Lepa we can apply over the affected area. So it will overcome the conditions called Vyangha. Okay, which gives normal color to the skin. And in case of Asti Bhagna, the Lepa prepared from the Manjishta and Yashti Madhu saturated with the Swar Groel, that is Kanjika. So you can take the Manjishta Mula and Yashti Madhu. So you can saturate with the Kanjika and you can apply over the fractured areas. So which will be helpful in case of the Asthibhagna conditions. Like in case of Tvak Vikaras, that is Manjishtali Kvata is given internally. Manjishtali Kvata is given internally, which will enhances the blood flow to the part and helps in relieving the diseases. Tvak Vikaras, Manjishtali Kvata is given internally. It will enhances the blood flow to that particular part and helps relieving the diseases. And in case of Garbhashaya Shuddhi, this is specifically for after the delivery. After the delivery, where the placenta will be present. So to evacuate that one, to do the Shodhana of the Garbhashaya, the uterus. So they used to prescribe this method. So Manjishta is given along with the Ishwari Mula. Aristolochia indica. Okay, so Manjishtra, Ishvari Moola, and Pipali Moola. So you can take these drugs and you can administer in the form of the kashaya or the kvata. So they used to do garbhashaya sankochaka, so which will stimulate the uterus, so by that, so whatever the contents of the remaining content will be present in the uterus, so they will expel, they used to expel it out. Okay, so for garbhashaya shuddhi after delivery, you can use like these preparations, and sometimes it will not come normally. In such type of conditions you can use. So in case of ashmari, that is in case of stones, manjishta is given in the dose of 1 gram 3 times a day. So all types of ashmaris, so they used to broken and they used to expel it out. So different types of ashmaris they used to produce in different the areas. So if you use the manjishta ksharas, the manjishta preparations, the manjishta churna, so in the dosage of 1 gram 3 times a day, so which will so in case of Visarpa is, as you all know, I think it is Rakta Pradoshaja Vikara. Pittaja and Rakta Pradoshaja Vikaras. So the lepa prepared from Manjishta, Lodra and Chandana. So I think you come across with the Pittaja, like Vataja, Pittaja and Kafaja, and there are different types of the Visarpas are there. So in such type of conditions where there will be severe burning sensation will be present. So to overcome that burning sensation, you can use such type of drugs like Manjishta, Lodra, Chandana. From these drugs, you can prepare a lepa. That lepa you can apply over the affected areas. So it will overcome the conditions called Visarpa. Like in case of Agni Dagda Runa. So for Agni Dagda Runa, especially we are using, as the drug is commonly available, Kumari is very commonly available drugs. It is available, and so it will, the burn scar, it will not be present when you use like the Kumari. In the same way, so in case of Agni Dagda Runa, so you can prepare the Gruta using Manjishta, Rakta Chandana, Murva. So you can apply over the wounds. So it will overcome the conditions like Agni Dagda Runa, where there will be a burning sensation will be present, and also it will not allow to remain the scars. So which will remove the scars also. In such type of conditions, you can use these preparations. The Upayukta Anga, the useful part is Moola and Kandha, that is the root and the stem. And the Matra, Churna, is a 1 to 3 gram. Churna 1 to 3 grams. Kvata is 50 to 100 ml. And Vishishta Yoga, Manjishtadi Kvata, Maha Manjishtadi Kvata, Vindasava, Ashwagandharishta, Ushirasava, Chandhanasava, Kadiradi Gutika, Pindataila. So these are the classical preparations. So apart from nowadays in the market, the single drug preparations of Manjishta, Manjishta capsule is there, Manjishta Kashaya is there. The single drug preparations nowadays they are using in so many conditions for blood purifying action. That is for Rakta Shodhanartha. They are prescribing like anything, the Manjishta preparations. Okay, so this is about Manjishta. Okay, in the next class we will see with another drug.